Hello, Communications A111 class. I have a few questions for you today. Do you ever wonder why your school can afford sufficient educational material while others cannot? Or how you, your family, and your friends are able to sustain the livelihoods that you do in this state? What is Alaska's driving force for the economy that makes our lives possible today? Alaska has three main sources that support our economy. One, being the oil and gas industry. Number two, being the fishing industry. And three, being the mining industry throughout the state, as stated in the Alaska Monthly Business Magazine. I'm Shannon Armstrong, and today I would like to inform you of the biggest contributor to Alaska's economy, the oil and gas industry, originating in Prudhoe Bay, Alaska. I'm going to talk about the components that make up the oil field in Prudhoe Bay, Alaska, how the oil field operates, and how this industry supports our state's economy. So, what does the oil field in Prudhoe Bay consist of, or look like, and what kind of jobs are there? Just imagine facilities, hundreds of miles of pipeline, and camps scattered throughout 200,000 acres that make up Prudhoe Bay on flat Arctic tundra. So far, this field, since 1977, has extracted over 17 billion barrels of oil, and roughly there are 4 billion barrels left to be extracted. The employment opportunities in Prudhoe Bay are of a huge variety, ranging from workers in a camp, such as kitchen workers, to people doing road construction, operating heavy equipment, drilling into the ground or ocean, constructing pipelines, or operating facilities that process and receive crude oil. So in the big picture, how does Prudhoe Bay operate? Well, so first you start off with sucking oil out of the ground, and that oil is then sent through various pipelines to facilities where there are separators and filters. And once that oil reaches a specific quality level, it is then sent to Pump Station 1 in Prudhoe Bay, which is the start of the 800-mile Trans-Alaska Pipeline down to Valdez. So while this oil extraction, filtration, and transportation is taking place, maintenance throughout the field on those pipelines, facilities, any kind of equipment needs to happen as well. So there's a lot of activity occurring simultaneously throughout the field. Once that oil has reached a certain quality level, it is then shipped down to Valdez. During the oil's journey to Valdez via the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, some of the oil gets taken off at a couple of locations, one of them being in North Slope, Alaska, where it's sent to 2 refineries to get turned into petroleum products that get distributed through northern interior Alaska. However, the rest of the oil that makes it down to Valdez is then sent into Alaska's storage tanks. From there, tanker ships come from the west coast to collect and transport the oil back down to the Puget Sound area, to San Francisco, the Los Angeles area, and occasionally to Hawaii, where Tesoro operates a refinery on Oahu. Tesoro also runs the refinery in Nikiski, Alaska, that makes the majority of the gasoline used in this state. This gives you an idea of kind of what happens to the oil from Alaska. Now that we've talked about what an oil field consists of and how it operates, how does this industry actually provide for Alaska? Well, Alaska's income since the years 2011 to 2015 averaged $7,100.42 million from the sale of oil, according to the Alaska Oil and Gas Association. Since the completion of the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, petroleum revenues to the state of Alaska have averaged over 85% of the unrestricted revenues in this state. This brings to our attention the huge amount our state's economy depends on the well-being of the oil and gas industry. From this present information, we can conclude that the network of North Slope workers are the backbone to this state's economic health. The hard work that takes place in the oil industry causes ripple effects throughout the state, carrying jobs to Alaska residents, which allows the livelihood of Alaskans to strive. Thank you for your time.